Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to the Hardcore Podcast. This is episode 62, and I'm your host, Christopher Norwood.
And I'm your host, Robert Melton.
Last episode was our Christmas episode.
It was indeed.
Christmas hadn't happened at the time.
It is now, today when this releases, it is New Year's Eve?
No, it should be
New Year's
New
Day.
Year's. I think Sunday is New Year's Eve. I think Monday is the 1st.
Right.
So this should release on the 1st. So with that being said, how was your Christmas, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Nice.
Went over to my girlfriend's parents' house, and we celebrated there. Well, actually, I guess we celebrated technically New Year's Eve. Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
We opened up our gifts there at our house, and then we went to her parents' house and then left the next day to come back home.
So y'all came back Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
You?
Cool. Yeah, it was pretty solid. That morning, me and Remus, we went over to my parents, opened gifts, hung out a little bit, then went to my Meemaw's, had some food, hung out with family. It was nice.
Remus get any cool gifts?
Got a bunch of toys.
Hmm.
I did get him a new dog bed, big dog bed, which he probably won't even use that much anymore because
fuck this, I got a couch.
He's got he's now open to the living room. He used to just be kind of secluded in his room, but now he has full domain of the downstairs pretty much.
He's growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Soon enough, he'll be on his own.
He will. I'm just trying to, be a good parent and just raise him to where he can get to that point in life.
Yeah.
And he's getting there. Next we'll start with upstairs, and then he'll be on his own. Kick him out.
Yeah. Send him to Valhalla.
Yeah.
Just make sure he has a weapon in his hand.
Oh yeah.
Or teeth.
That actually reminds me of something that we're going to get into a little later. Dead of Winter. The dog with the shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
But no, that's good. I'm glad to hear that you had a good Christmas. I had the same, time spent with friends and family, which we'll be doing doing more of that this weekend. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be having our annual Christmas party.
Yeah, so it's like a Christmas, I guess, / New Year's, although it's not on New Year's
It usually
Eve.
is.
But yeah, the whole ball dropping, that was never really big deal for me. Some people it's a huge deal because they'll go to New York.
Do you know about that?
About
all the people that go to New York to watch the ball drop?
I've seen the event live, and you see just how many people go and attend that.
Yeah, so you know all those people. The people that are right there, in the center, watching the ball drop, all those people are wearing diapers.
Huh?
Those people in the front are wearing diapers and shit.
No way.
Dude, I swear.
What?
Yeah, because once you're there, you can't get out because nobody's moving. Because they're waiting there for hours.
Yeah, but there's no porta-johns or anything. There's got to be porta-johns.
I'm sure there are, but they're you don't want to lose your spot to watch the ball drop.
Is this something you've just come up with on your own, or is this
no? This is
legit?
This is legit knowledge. People will piss and shit their pants to watch the ball drop.
I don't believe you. Are you memeing with me
I swear to you, bro.
Dude,
this is so true.
That's crazy.
It is the weirdest shit ever, but it's completely true.
Oh my gosh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, unless I was somehow fed some fictional knowledge.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't be knowledge at that point, but
Robert's I seen it on the news. It was the Onion news. But I seen it on there.
The Onion
news
posted
is
it.
News, yeah.
No, I've known about this for years, but it's just such a weird thing. But apparently it's true. People want to stand there in the freezing cold in New York to watch the ball drop and will shit and piss their pants to do it, which is absolutely insane to me.
Part of me still thinks you're messing with me.
Well,
But if that is true, that's absolutely insane. I mean, that aside, just going there to watch the ball drop, that alone is insane.
no, I agree.
I'm I don't even want to watch it on the TV,
Yeah.
let alone go hours away just for this little event.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that being said, we're like, yeah, we can kind of have a joint Christmas and New Year's party. So that's
Yeah.
happening this weekend. Pretty stoked for that.
No costume party this year, but
Yeah, because was it last year or the year before?
I think a year before that.
Okay, because last year was like the pajama. Didn't we do pajama?
I
like
think
Christmas
so.
Pajamas.
I think this year we're just doing like sweaters or
Yeah,
whatever, like Christmas theme,
I was just
whatever.
telling everyone just anything Christmas themed, really.
Yeah.
Um,
But with that, we're doing like a Secret Santa, so that'll be fun. See who everybody got, see what they got,
oh yeah,
what you're getting.
I think this year we did a better job of like not really telling people. I feel like last year, like
Yeah.
most people kind of knew, like, hey, I have this person. Who do you have? Type thing.
Mhm.
What'd you get them? So this year will really be like a surprise
Yeah.
for everyone. But yeah, other than Christmas, what have you been getting into? Or do we want to roll the intro?
Yeah, I'd say let's roll the intro right quick.
Yeah. Episode 60.
That's the old intro.
Whoa. I'm bringing it back.
User error.
Oh, man. Also, apologies if it comes across. We're both really sleepy today.
Very EP.
Yeah, very EP. You had a really busy day at work, and
Indeed.
I'm getting off graveyards, and yeah, even after waking up and having coffee, it's just shift work is killing me. Slowly
Brutal,
killing
man.
me. Dude,
It's
it
brutal
is
out there.
brutal. But yes, other than Christmas, what have you been up to?
So, I recently, this week, has been back to work for me because I was on vacation like all last week.
As a whole, how was that?
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah,
I didn't do really much of anything.
those
Kinda
are the best, dude.
hung
Those are
out
the
with
best
you, hung out with
vacation weeks.
Ashley, Ken,
Ken.
then did Christmas and then went back to work. But yeah, I mean, I just fucking played video games pretty much the whole time.
A lot of Pokemon, some wrestling.
No, I think it was actually all Pokemon.
Solely Pokemon DLC.
Yeah, I think so.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because I know we're going to get into it, but you've been playing some other things. I'm sure you're not completely done
No,
with the
I'm
Indigo
not.
Disc. There's some things you want to maybe continue to do, but story-wise, you're finished, correct? You've been finished with that for a little while.
Yeah.
How do you review it? Like score-wise?
The
1 to
story?
1 to 10. I guess, yeah, just because I'm sure even though you're not done, like, you know pretty much everything this DLC has to offer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you give it?
What
What do you give? Give us the teal mask and then the indigo disc.
Okay, Teal Mask. 3.
3 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, so I always say this, maybe not on the podcast, but just to people in general. The 1 to 10 scale for me, and this is how I interpret it, I know everybody else interprets it differently, but 5, smack right in the middle, average, right? That's how it should be.
Okay, where
I
most
think.
people, a 5 out of 10 is like terrible. That's a bad game.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people think that way.
Yeah.
But like for me, that's average.
Right.
You
Where I
know?
feel like IGN's like 7 or 8. Well, maybe 7 is probably average because 8 I think
Yeah.
is technically good.
Yeah.
But like a 7 for them is probably average. Where you're saying like their 7 is your 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that story for the Teal Mask Pokemon DLC, 3. It's pretty ass.
Double bogey.
Double bogey. Yeah.
Bogey. So 5 is par.
Yeah.
5
That's
is
par.
Okay. Got you. 10 is hole in one.
Exactly.
7 or 8's birdie. 9's eagle.
Yeah. If
Okay,
you know anything
cool.
about golf, then yes.
We're kind of experts. We've been playing some Mario Golf.
Yeah. So the Indigo Disc, however, I'm going to be honest. At this current moment, I don't remember it. Just saying.
Really?
I don't. Okay, actually, now it's starting to come back to me now that I actually think about it.
Than a week ago.
Yeah, I know. My memory.
Yeah. You've also had a draining
It's
day. That affects it too.
That's true, yeah. It's not horrible. I mean, honestly, there's not too much there, if I'm being honest. Like, the DLC in general is longer, but the story mode's not really that long.
Mm-hmm.
Story mode, I guess, just the story.
Right.
But I'd give it a 5, 6.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's not phenomenal. Maybe when we get that prologue, it'll be better.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because that'll introduce more of the Paldea region characters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say a 6, maybe 6.5. I'll give it.
Okay, so
I'm picking up on more details as I'm
all right.
talking about it.
So between like Par and Birdie,
Yeah,
leaning more towards Birdie.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's definitely not the Scarlet Violet story. So I feel like that was a really good story for Pokemon.
Yeah, like the actual story was pretty good,
Mhm.
especially towards like Area 0 towards the end. Because there was like, I guess technically 3 stories there.
Yeah,
Um,
technically.
So the ones with like the leaders, the Star Gang leaders,
Mhm.
like that was like, that was okay. But like the story
Yeah.
itself was pretty solid for a Pokemon game, I would say.
I agree.
Yeah.
And the way, I guess the other two kind of tied into one another, with the Titan Pokemon and then the
Yeah.
actual story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so 3 for the Teal Mask, 3 out of 10 for Teal Mask, and like a 6.5 for the Indigo Disc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say that's a fair score. But the gameplay, definitely better.
Yeah, like the fun factor
Yeah,
is definitely there
yeah.
a lot more than the Teal Mask.
And all I got left to do, I believe, is finish the Pokédex and then capture the last 2 Paradox Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Cool. So you have all the other legendaries that you can get?
Yep, caught all 25.
Oh, wow. Nice. Hell
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
I've got my Glade with his fucking False Swipe, Thunder Wave, and Hypnosis.
Oh, so
Throw a
he's like
fucking
solely your like catch Pokemon.
yeah. Just throw a damn timer ball in there. Or actually, sorry, quick ball first.
Yeah.
Hit him with the false swipe. If that doesn't work, then hit him with the hypnosis. Then
And
go
then
ultra ball
his ass.
ultra ball for a few turns, and then start timer balling that bitch. And
Oh, wow. Nice.
That's
You have
money.
the whole procedure.
yep. Unless it's fucking Lunala, then you can't do false swipe, so you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Attack her with something else.
Why does false swipe not work?
She's a ghost type.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there might have been one other that I couldn't do it for.
I don't even know if I knew that Lunala was ghost type.
I think she's ghost psychic, something like that.
Yeah, I knew about the psychic. I didn't know about the ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever even thought about what type she was, but when I tried that, I was like, fuck.
Is it cool? Because again, all these legendary ones you find in Paldea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like cool seeing them out in like the main
It is.
game?
Yeah, I took a picture with every single one of them
Oh,
right
that's
before I
cool.
caught them. I was like,
Yeah.
selfie.
Especially because I played a little this morning at work. Don't tell.
I'm telling.
No. But I went to the computer where you can like add a bunch of stuff, like use your BP or BBQs.
Yeah.
Points. And you can get a lot more of like camera functions.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, I went and bought all that. I interacted with all the trainers that you can bring to your hub or your league room or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't got to that yet, but I know you can get like special titles from them. Like it's like Iono's.
Well, you get their actual Pokemon with the
really?
title.
Oh, that's cool.
So you get like her Magnemite and shit.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
And she's literally giving you her Pokemon.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I didn't get every single one because you have to invite them there 3 times before they'll trade you their Pokemon, which costs 200 a piece. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is just it takes so long to get them through, and then you gotta talk to them, and then
Mm-hmm.
if there's like another trainer there that they have dialogue with, they'll be talking to them, and then you gotta listen to that conversation, and it's pretty time consuming. But I mean, it's cool. You get
Yeah.
some extra lore and
Do they like?
stuff.
You said extra lore. Do they like go more into like their character?
Yeah.
Like, with through the dialogue.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, it's like talking about like, hey, I like to do this, or whatever.
Yeah, say if like, because you can invite 2 people there at a time. So if you invite Larry and then Iona,
Larry.
they'll be like talking to each other.
Oh,
Or
okay.
say you invite, what is it? Miss Rhyme and then Miss Time. Like, they're sisters, so they'll interact. And
Oh,
it's pretty
wow.
cool.
That is cool.
yeah.
That is cool.
And then they'll give you items too once you battle them, because you battle them
Mm-hmm.
when they come.
Oh, we'll say I messed with the I already forgot what it was called, but that one item maker
Oh, dude, that's
thing,
awesome.
I think is really cool.
It's
You just
it's
put
fucking
all
awesome.
those items that I don't really utilize because I don't really make TMs unless it's like a request.
Same.
So, and you have a shit ton of them if you're just constantly picking things up. And in the
Mhm.
DLC, like, items are everywhere. Well, especially in the DLC. But like, yeah, you get good shit. Like the first time I used it, I got one of those gold bottle caps.
Oh, damn.
I was like, holy cow, this is like one of the rarest items in the game.
Yeah, that's fucking
Because there's
crazy.
only one way you can really get it, and it's
Mhm.
to go to that auction area, and you just has to be chance that they're auctioning off the gold bottle cap.
Yeah.
So.
Damn. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I know. The more you use it, the more it'll upgrade. So it starts as like a Pokeball, then it'll be a Great Ball. And
Well,
probably
I went to because you can use it once. You can use it to make like 1 item or 5 items or 10 items. I did 10 each time, and again,
Yeah.
the first time I did that, it gave me all these really good fucking
Yeah.
items. I don't know if I just got really lucky or
You definitely got lucky,
I must have.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I know the chances increase every time you like upgrade it and shit. But that's it's definitely fun, especially when you have all those excess materials,
Mm-hmm.
because you
Yeah,
can get
thought that was
fucking
neat.
Master Balls. You can get like
You
Safari
can
Balls.
get master balls.
Yeah, you can get Master Balls from that bitch.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Twitch players, and they're just fucking gambling on that bitch, and they're like,
Right.
"Give me a fucking Safari Ball."
What's so cool about the safari ball?
I mean, there's nothing really.
Or is it just like again the novelty of like
yeah, just
I
having
captured
that
it with
ball.
this ball?
Exactly. Yeah, just to have a Pokemon in that ball.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of people like to match their Pokemon with a Pokeball, which I do too sometimes. But I'm
That's
not
fair.
like very adamant about it. Like there was a few Pokemon, like a few of those legendaries that I caught, that I put in a specific ball. Like Kyogre, I put in the hell is it called?
Like a net ball?
Net ball, yeah. But I don't really care that much. Not a big deal to me. It's like you're gonna see it for a split second when you throw it out. That's
Right.
it.
I will say, where do you go to change your style, your throwing style? Like I've unlocked them, but I don't know how to like change it.
Oh, you go back in there. You have to spend like 10 BP to spend to buy or to change
To
it,
change. Oh.
which I
okay.
think is pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah, I thought you would maybe go somewhere and then from there you can just kind of choose.
Yeah, and then they
You
they
can
didn't even
alternate.
put a option in there to like view it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I
was
just looked it
expecting
up.
that.
I just looked it up on YouTube to
Okay.
see which style I wanted.
Yeah, because I didn't like look it up on YouTube because I was like, it's got to be around here somewhere. Maybe I just haven't unlocked it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They dropped the ball on that like usual. They're like, well, we added it.
Yeah.
Best we got.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, I still got quite a decent bit to do with that DLC, but I'm having fun with it.
That's
You know,
good.
just kind of going at it at my own pace.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, what other stuff you been getting into? Again, I know you've been playing some other games.
Yeah.
are those games?
So recently, I came into some money. That's all I'm saying.
Nice.
Some Steam money.
Whoa.
Yeah. I sued a company and they reimbursed me with Steam currency.
Is it true that Steam is having a big sale right now? Are the rumors true?
It is true. Through the 5th, I believe, or something.
When is summer sale? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but my girlfriend got me $100 gift card for Steam, which was pretty fucking dope. So I was like, let me see what's on sale,
Mm-hmm.
and I got Koromon, which is a like monster tamer simulated game, I guess, like similar to Pokemon. And it's like pretty damn cool. I've like almost got 6 hours on it through the past few days, and gotta say, pretty damn good game.
Are there things, because this is more of a, like it's kind of mimicking like the more OG 2D
Yeah.
pixel-esque Pokemon games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that this does better than Pokemon?
Um. Hmm.
Or like maybe just what do you like about it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, because I
No,
was
I'm
thinking about
kidding.
this earlier, like, and we've talked about this many times, but when there's a new Pokemon game that comes out, by the time it comes out, we already like know all the Pokemon. We know so much
Mm-hmm.
about it. But this, you probably went into it very
I
blind.
did.
Like when you come across a new Pokemon, like well, what are they called? Coromons.
Yeah.
The new Coromons, like pretty much haven't seen any of them. So like there's that sense of discovery, that mystery, that excitement with coming across a new one.
Yeah. Honestly, I've seen quite a bit. I've probably caught like 15 to 20 of them so far. Um, the thing is, like where I'm at, like in the beginning of the game, it's hard to get your hands on spinners, which are the Pokeball equivalent. It's like it's almost like futuristic, almost the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like they build teleporters instead of being able to fly somewhere. You just
Oh,
kind
okay.
of go to a teleporter, and then you have these like metal devices, and you put them into a gauntlet on your arm, and that's like your Pokebelt, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then the spinners, you just throw them out, and it's like a fucking drone almost, and it releases your Pokemon.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool. Well, did you ask a question?
I was just asking, like what do you really like about it?
Oh,
I
okay.
first off asked, does it do
Oh,
anything better than Pokemon?
I will
But
say the designs are really cool. I like the
okay.
designs a lot. There's only one that I don't really like so far that I've
Mm-hmm.
caught. The rest are really sick though, and I'm like struggling to pick one that I don't want on my team every time I catch one because I'm like, fuck, I really want that on my team.
Just because they're so cool.
Yeah. One thing it does do better though is like shiny Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the shiny Koromon, I've come across two so
Are they
far.
called shinies?
They're called Potents.
Potents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes sense because they are a different coloration, and then they're also more potent in battle. You know?
So they're actually more like
Yeah. So
powerful.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So like you have an XP bar. When your XP bar goes up, you level up. But it's got a separate blue bar. When that goes up, it goes up around when you get XP or whatever you do. Not entirely sure what the gauge is.
Mm-hmm.
But when that goes up, you get more points to go towards your stats, but you can distribute them however you want. So you still have your HP,
wow.
special attack, defense, whatever.
Yeah.
So, for instance, the head of my party will get that, and I'll be like, okay, it's unlocked its potential. So every time it levels up, that's what it'll say. So you have 3 points to spend every time that goes up. So I just, put it into whatever stat I think. But the one thing I hate about it is I don't know any of the Coromons. So I don't know what they're best at. I don't know what moves they'll learn down the line. So I'm hoping it's easy to reset that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To where I'll be able to put them in like the right slots later on.
Well, I wonder if they went into depth that same way, since you're able to like customize it
I imagine.
yourself. If they went into like, hey, this Coromon is actually a special attacker.
Yeah, I
Or if
imagine
it's just
so.
like it's all just kind of neutral. Just depends on your build, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think there's 13 different types, whereas Pokemon I think is 18.
Mm-hmm.
Though there is 6 or 7 actual types of Coromon, but then their skills go up to 13 types.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, only Koromon can get up to like. There's 6 different types of Koromon and 13 different skill types.
Are a lot of them the same? Like fire, water,
Yeah,
grass, electric?
yeah. I mean, a lot so far at the beginning of the game have been normal, which makes sense. That's kind of like normal in like a Pokemon game
Right.
because they're all
Yes.
trash. But
Yeah. Yeah.
but so far, I think they're all cool, except for that one that's kind of dumb. He's like almost like a bug, but he like hovers with like a helicopter propeller. Yeah, pretty interesting.
You know, you mentioning the like normal type Pokemon. I've never like met somebody who's like, I love normal type Pokemon.
I know.
You know.
Besides Larry.
I know, but like, well, a lot of people are like, man, I love dragon types. Like Mikey, for example, he loves steel and poison type Pokemon, which is already like pretty unique.
Yeah,
But I've never met someone who's like, man, fucking normal type Pokemon.
that is true. One low kick from a damn Annihilate and you're done.
I mean, like there are normal type Pokemon that I love, but I've just never
Right.
met someone as a whole. It's like, man, normal type
Specifically.
Pokemon, they got my heart, man.
Yeah. Like, dude, I love Snorlax.
Some people do love Snorlax, though.
Yeah.
Um,
That is true. I've never thought about that.
what people loving Snorlax?
No, like normal types.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, like I'm trying to think. Like, obviously, I love so many different type of Pokemon, but like as a whole, if I had to choose a favorite, what would I choose?
Yeah, I don't have a favorite. It's definitely got to be a tie with like, fuck, I don't know.
I think mine, if I had to choose, gun to my head, I really like fairy type. Not gonna lie.
Okay. All right. Take
What?
off your Carhartt.
Take off your cargoes.
That's fair. There's actually a lot of cool fairy Pokemon.
There is.
If I think mine's like a 3-way tie between Dragon, Psychic, and Steel. There's
Fair.
a lot of cool Pokemon within those 3 types, and even Ghost Pokemon. Like that's
Yeah, I mean,
it's tough.
it is really hard to choose because there's awesome Pokemon from like each type.
Yeah. Huh. Mikey has good taste though.
I think Empoleon is like his all-time fave,
Oh, interesting.
which is fair. Empoleon's sick.
He's cool. Wouldn't say he's a candidate for that, but whatever.
Yeah, I think especially starter-wise, he's sweet. Just design-wise, something about just Sinnoh Gen 4 starters are just fucking dope. We talked about this recently. Torterra at the bottom, but
For
Infernape
sure.
and Empoleon are just.
But even
dope.
Torterra's design is
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sick.
not- that's what I'm saying. Like it's awesome, but
Yeah.
like he is the bottom of the 3.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he's still sick as shit.
Come on, Pokemon, stop making starters turtles
um,
and monkeys.
I ain't mad at it. Infernape really been growing on me over the past
2 years since
Pretty
you played
much.
Arceus.
since pretty much. See the fucking alpha Infernape,
Yeah. Oh, dude.
fucking shiny alpha.
We got like
Infernape.
another month before Pokemon Day.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So stoked.
That's the 20 something, right?
I think so.
20th or something like that.
I want to say 20.
Yeah, like 1.5. I
I'm
mean,
not sure.
definitely closer to 2 months, but it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I mean, fingers crossed that we hear something about the new game. That's all we can really hope for.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, like literally, there's so much speculation, but like, no one really knows.
Yeah.
You know. But awesome, Koromon.
Yeah.
Been playing some Koromon.
And it's cheap. I think I want to say I got it for $8.
And was that the on sale price?
I think so. Yeah.
So what is that originally like 15?
Probably. Something like that.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Not mad at it.
No, can't be.
Ready for Power World.
Yeah. Whenever we get that.
Yeah. I think they're out because I was looking up like Monster Tamer games, see what was out there. And there's actually like a couple cool ones coming out. I think this year or next year. This year, I guess technically when this is out, but not that I know or have any information on them. But
So you actually like looked that up?
yeah.
Did you come across that one game? I think it's out, but remember we were talking about that one game.
Temtem?
No, it was like Moon something Island. It was like a cozy game, but it has like that Pokemon creature
I don't
capture
think so.
system built into it. But it is out.
Oh, it is?
I think the word moon and island is in the name somewhere.
Oh, Coral Island, maybe? No, because
No, that was a different one. That was a
that's
different one.
That's just like a regular cozy game.
Yeah. I could be wrong about the name, but I know we've talked about it
Yeah. No,
recently.
I didn't come across that.
Oh, okay.
But I'll have to look into that later, though.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's as in depth since it is also a cozy game,
Mm-hmm.
but I know there is a like creature capture system, Pokemon-esque system to it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you know how many Coromon are in Coromon?
122.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they plan? Like, how old is this? Do they plan to
Like maybe
do Gen 2,
probably
Coromon 2?
a year or two old, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if it is something they're going to, like, add to.
Possible.
If it was just, like, a one and done. Like, we just wanted a Pokemon clone.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I don't know. Having fun so far, and I'm still pretty early into the game, I'd guess.
I mean, 6 hours, $8. I'd say you already got your money's worth.
Definitely, yeah.
So, and there's, probably still plenty to do.
And it's harder than Pokemon, which is nice. And I'm
Yeah.
playing at normal difficulty. So there's a easy and normal and a hard, and then there's like a Nuzlocke edition.
Yeah, you were telling me they have, like, Nuzlocke kind of built in if you want to take that route.
Mm-hmm.
But that is cool. I feel like that's just something Pokemon should start doing. Implement, like, the difficulty.
I
Right
agree.
from the beginning. Let you choose your difficulty. If things get too hard, you can, like, change it. But, like, that would be cool.
That's exactly how this is.
Yeah, should have done that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Should have been like that on the fucking DS.
Mm-hmm.
Game Boy Advance a long time ago. From the beginning.
Those fuckers.
Cool beans.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to ask what I've been doing, Robert?
What have you been doing, Chris?
Not much. Thanks for asking. No, I been working a lot. Been working too much. Trying to play some DLC again. Played a little bit this morning, like 2 a.m. this morning on Graveyard.
What?
I'm on Graveyards.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could say
Yeah.
last night, but technically it
Right.
is this morning. But I mean, that wasn't long at all. But since I've been working a lot, this is not new news, but I have been listening to Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh my God, bro. Holy
What?
shit. A podcast about a podcast?
Podcastception. Podception. No, I just wanted to make note of this. Again, not new news that Joe Rogan has a podcast. He has like over 2,000 episodes out.
Yeah.
And I
Crazy.
mean, it's literally the biggest podcast, but it's new to me that I like took the plunge and started listening to some stuff. And he has like much longer formatted episodes, like 2 to 3 hour episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like you've told me way back that his stuff is just super interesting. But
Yeah.
after like listening to quite a few, I'm like, yes.
He's got
it's-
some good
it's
guests.
so good. And that's like the best part is just like the diversity of the guests. Like he has everyone on.
Mm-hmm.
Like a few episodes I listened to, even it was like a professional bow hunter.
Yeah.
Not that I'm into hunting whatsoever, despite my cargo pants and Carhartt, what you may think. Not into that, won't get into that. But even like him just talking with like a professional bow hunter, like it's so interesting
Mm-hmm.
and fascinating, just like hearing about just like the procedure and just all that goes into it. But I recently listened to an episode of, I can't remember like the name of the guest / scientist, but it's like a scientist that has like theistic beliefs. Like that was super interesting. He had a guest that was talking about the carnivore diet that he made big or whatever that he's on. What else? Oh, and the whistleblower, again, can't remember his name, but the whistleblower on all like the extraterrestrial, the UFO stuff. That was absolutely fascinating. Have you listened to that?
I haven't listened to it.
Dude, that is crazy because they get into
I mean, he's got like a few of those guests on.
yeah.
I've listened to a couple episodes from different people that kind of are in that realm. but have been proven to be like idiots and just trying to get money from the public. But
Yeah, this guy, I can't remember his exact like title, but he was really high up, I want to say, in like the Air Force, and he was like, I think like an intelligence officer, but like really, really high up. I think he dedicated like 18 plus years into this and was taking pretty much a huge risk coming out, and pretty much, like killed his career doing so just because he felt that it wasn't right that all this information like wasn't out.
right,
But I mean, they went into obviously UFO stuff and just like how early, or just some of like the earlier, how long this information has kind of like been in the government. Like he couldn't give exact dates and stuff, but one date was quoted like 1930s, 1940s. That some of like the president and government has like had like shit. But they've talked about like us, like reverse engineering shit, other countries reverse engineering shit that they've found. He mentioned, and again, because he was being very careful with his language, but he was talking about like diversity of biological matter. So that almost makes you think more than one different type of, for lack of a better term, alien. It was just really
right.
crazy.
He's got some like, they have like fucking different symbiotes and jars and shit.
I mean, it makes you think. Yeah, that's kind of what comes to mind. And at that point, it's whether do you believe this or not? Because, you can go into layers of conspiracy theories,
Right.
with just straight up believing what he's saying, or is what he's saying and all this stuff coming out just so perfectly timed because this is taking our attention away from something else going on, So, like, at that point, again, it's just like, what do you believe?
Yeah.
But just hearing the way that he was talking about these things and him just putting his career at risk and just losing it, his life at risk, because he said him and his family have definitely gotten some like threats.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, that's just hearing him. I'm like, I feel like this guy's just not fucking bullshitting, and just him naming some of these people that he's got information from, like some of these people who are like obviously not presidents, but like they're high up, like White House office shit.
Yeah.
People who can speak with the president directly. But it was just super fascinating, and just all of the episodes I've listened to have been really interesting.
You should go and listen to like his Post Malone episodes.
Oh, dude, I definitely will. No,
Yeah.
I definitely will. I'm still kind of like all the stuff I've listened to is stuff that is
Pretty recent.
within the last few months, because I'll like go to the top and it's like, oh, this is a comedian. So I'm like, I kind of just want something really interesting right now, which I'm sure the comedian episodes are going to be hilarious and awesome. But I was like, oh, this sounds interesting, so I'll listen to that. But throughout the episodes, he would talk about like Post Malone and just how interesting of a guy he is and how great of a guy he is. So that alone makes me want to kind of go back to those episodes.
He's had a few artists on that are pretty interesting. Like Miley Cyrus, she talks about being like a child star and shit like that. That was a pretty good episode. I like that one. I don't know. I haven't listened to Joe Rogan in a while, but he's definitely got some good shit out there.
Yeah, it definitely stuff that makes you think. I'll say that.
That's for sure.
Definitely stuff that makes you think.
When he's not making bear noises.
I'm trying to like limit it a little bit, because a lot of these guests, even if they are right, it still kind of puts you into like cynical mindset, just because they are shitting all over the government, like everything's a lie, which as we're growing up, we're kind of learning to become like true, or like more true than we believed.
Right.
But still, when you hear that for hours on end, episode after episode, if you're listening to a bunch throughout the day, it starts to put you in a negative mindset. So you're like, I need to probably distance away from this.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking join QAnon after this and
I know.
become a tyrant.
Yeah. Fuck the government. But yeah, I've been listening to some Joe Rogan, and that's been, again, just super interesting, super fascinating. I've been enjoying that. It's been helping the time fly by at work. So
that's a red flag to some women.
I know. I seen a video. Honestly, us having a podcast is a red flag.
It's true.
Yeah, at that point, it's like
Imagine that.
everything.
You buy a couple mics and all of a sudden you're a fucking red flag.
I don't get it. But again, I'm sure that's of the extreme opinion. People that believe that, you know.
If you believe that, then you're a fucking idiot.
I mean, yeah.
Not that we're not idiots, we are, but you're definitely a fucking idiot.
We've prefaced many times. I'm a casual. I'll straight up say that I'm a casual. But yeah, so Joe Rogan, and one thing I wanted to mention is, you know, we recently, last episode, we had our buddy Ken on.
He has passed.
Oh God, I didn't know this.
Yeah, he caught cooties. He caught cooties, dude.
He got the cooties. But the day after filming, we went over to your place.
Oh, right.
And we played some board games, which was really fun. We got to one. Unfortunately, Ken had left.
He did.
At that point.
He pussied out. He was like, I can't take any more losing.
Dude, I told him, I was like, dude, you missed a fucking good one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool because since, like, I've been playing board games with you and Ashley, I've gotten more into, like, board games. I don't even know what, like, this genre of board game would be called. Like, it's not like Monopoly.
Yeah, not like a simple, more like an actual, like,
immersive,
I don't know.
more RPG.
Yeah.
But like just more in-depth board games. And that they have been really awesome.
Yeah.
They've made me really love board games. But we played one called Dead of Winter, and I've never played a board game like this because, again, kind of new into this world of like board games to this depth. But this was like the most immersive board game that I've ever played. Would you say that was the most immersive one you've played?
I'd say so, yeah. It's definitely up there.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So this was like a zombie apocalypse board game where you are trying to, there's so much replayability. It's kind of like, where do I start talking about this game? But the task that we had was we had to, I guess the overall task, we had to like kill a certain amount of zombies.
Yeah.
But each round you are given tasks where you have to find certain supplies. So you have certain locations that you can go to look for supplies, which you may find the right supplies you need, or you may find different ones. So then you can strategically keep those or like turn them in. But all these supply cards are things that you can like use throughout the rounds, and you have to kill zombies.
But every time you go out or move a location, you might get bitten, you might die, you might get frostbite, wounded. Yeah. So it's risky.
But there was, there's definitely a sense of dread. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of reward. Because I remember we were going through the entire game, and Ashley was like, man, I can't believe no one's rolled the tooth. Which is like, there's like a 12-sided dice, and there's only one tooth on it, but if you roll the tooth, that's like instant death.
Yeah, because you get bitten by a zombie.
And the roll right after that, because, you know, you were playing as these characters, and again, like...
It was literally like 10 seconds after you said it.
Yeah.
Or she said it.
So I had rolled the tooth, that character was dead, which completely changes the game. But, like, in that moment, it's like, oh, fuck, no, I'm dead. But there's just...
The mayor.
The mayor. He was literally the mayor. He had the highest influence. There's a lot to it, and obviously we're not talking about the game in its entirety, but it was so immersive.
Like, it was so immersive, like I was a dog with a shotgun.
I mean, yes, that was crazy. So earlier you were talking about Remus, give him a weapon because he's going out into Valhalla. It made me think of Sparky. Was that his name?
Sparky, yeah, the stunt dog.
Shotgun. That was a character that you could be, and you equipped him a shotgun. He was just fucking OP at that point.
But I think one of the best things about that game is that although you are technically playing against each other, so you get a card at the beginning of the game, and you're supposed to, hit these different points to overall win the game. But during that, you're working together as a crew to, survive this zombie apocalypse.
So you have like an overall, something like an overall goal, an overall mission that y'all are working together on, but you also have like a secret goal that they don't know about. So it's kind of like if y'all all, make it through without losing all your like morality or all of your like days, but you like kind of complete it, then y'all win. but it's kind of like if you've completed your secret mission, like you win
Yeah.
in a way. Because it was me, you, and Ashley. We had played and we had won, but you were the only one that completed their secret objective. So I guess
Yeah.
like you won. You actually won. But still, it's really cool because it's like a team game, which I'm not like super used to. Again,
Yeah.
board games, Monopoly, sorry, like Trouble, the ones that most people, the Hasbro games, it's all just like free for all, very just
Exactly.
competitive. But
Yeah.
this is like a team game.
And I think that helps to like immerse yourselves because you're all working together. Like, oh fuck, we don't have rations. We're gonna die.
I know, yeah. You really have to do some thinking and like
You're like, if I go out
sacrifice.
here and I get bitten, I could infect everybody here,
Right.
and then we all die.
Or you could be like the hero and it's like, hey, my guy is really good with attacking. And for example, if I had the shotgun, I'm going to make some noise. I'm going to lure him here so you guys can go out and start searching. I'm going to, take the risk and try and kill these zombies so you
Exactly.
guys can find the supplies we need. So yeah, super, super immersive, but that game was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing that again because there's so many different like goals and missions, and there's again just so much replayability.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, what is it called again?
Dead of Winter.
Dead
and
of
that
Winter.
was the base game, so we can literally probably
Yeah.
play the base game 100+ times, and there's
Still more.
I
Yeah.
was going to say DLC, but expansions. Yeah.
I mean, there might be some
DLC.
DLC. I don't know if there's an
Yeah,
app for it.
the board game equivalent.
Yeah.
That would be a cool game to get made into like a video game.
It would be. Yeah.
That would be really sick to see how they would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Dead of Winter, I think originally, because Ashley got this for you for like, was it Christmas? No.
It was my birthday.
Your birthday.
Mhm.
She got it on sale, but it's like originally like, I think she said an $80 game, which
Oh, really?
sounds like expensive, but it is worth it.
Oh yeah.
Even at that price, so worth it.
Yeah, because I can't even. So I think when we played it for like 3 hours almost.
Yeah.
And I mean, we did have to learn everything, a lot of the rules, and we kind of played it slow. But
Don't watch a video on it.
God, it
Well,
was.
don't watch that one guy's video.
It was an
definitely don't
awful
remember.
description of it. But yeah.
Yeah, once you actually just like kind of read through the rules and actually just start playing the game, it'll just kind of click.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
A
3
lot
hours.
simpler than they made it seem.
The whole time, there was no moments where it was like boring. Like the whole
Mhm.
3 hours, you were just so immersed into like this post-apocalypse world.
Yeah.
Gosh, and there's so much to it that we didn't go over. It's just chef's kiss, so good.
Check it
So
out.
good. Dead of Winter. Did you have anything else?
I do have a small thing. So God of War,
Oh,
Christopher Judge, the
Yes.
voice actor
Mhm.
for 2018 and on Kratos so far,
mm-hmm.
he had said that he would not, out of respect for the original voice actor from the original trilogy, he would
Mhm.
not voice younger Kratos. And IGN shared this post, and I was like, why would he even say that?
Right.
And he said even if he was asked by Santa Monica, he would decline. So I was like, reading the comments, and people were like questioning that too. And then somebody had said there's rumors that they could be remaking the original trilogy of God of War.
Sorry, I was looking it up real quick. Terrence C. Carson.
That's it.
That's the original voice actor for Kratos.
Yeah.
And it's funny, right when I look up original Kratos voice actor, it says
Mhm.
Terrence C. Carson, God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok's Christopher Judge is uninterested in voicing a younger version of Kratos out of respect for the character's original actor, Terrence C. Carson.
Exactly.
That was the
yeah.
first thing that popped up. But yes, that definitely begs the question of like, why is this even, coming out? Like, what is this about? Why is this relevant?
Yeah.
So that would be sick.
Yeah. Imagine if they remade the original trilogy of God of War.
You imagine if they remade.
Dude.
I mean, that's your fucking bread and butter, dude.
I would cream my panties.
Would you cry? I hope so.
I
want to see you get emotional.
I'd be shitting, pissing, coming, crying.
Every hole just is leaking something.
Yeah, sweating,
Every pore.
snotting.
That would be incredible. Just to obviously, those worlds and those stories are quite fleshed out already, but
Yeah.
just to see what not necessarily they change, but what they like add to it to
I
make it
mean,
even more fleshed out.
I think just in like everybody, I think if you grew up on God of War, you love the hack and slash style,
Oh yeah.
but there's just something that the new God of War just does too. I mean, just everything is just so immersive.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just the way that they tell the story.
Exactly.
It's just so much more narrative driven.
And I love the RPG elements.
The
and
RPG elements, just what they did to like the combat to really just like change it and just make it even
yeah.
better.
So, I mean, you have the stories, you have the entire game, just reformat it into the new format, and you have it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess don't invite Christopher Judge to voice it. Which I think the only reason Christopher Judge is the new voice actor is because they wanted somebody, I guess, to make it easier for the, what is it called? Mocapping. Like they needed his like size and his voice and his like, to murmur it and like have that perfect like visual
just with like
of like a Kratos.
The technology nowadays that I guess with game design that makes it a little more easier.
Mm-hmm. Because, although I think Kratos is the one person that doesn't actually look like, Christopher Judge, whereas all the other actors and actresses in the game look like their respective, actresses and actors.
I also wonder if it had anything to do with, I mean, I feel like Terrence could have done it. It's just
I think so.
that we're so used to the Kratos that he played.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they just wanted someone new because this was a very different Kratos.
I mean,
it was a fatherly, more kind of mature, kind of more calm Kratos.
Yeah. And I'm definitely not mad at it. At first, I probably, not that I remember, but at first I was probably like, why did they change his voice?
Right.
But once you hear the voice, you're like, oh, I get it. This is like the perfect fit for a Norse Kratos that fathers a child.
Like, I would have loved to seen them go to Terrence and be like, hey, and maybe they did, I don't know. Maybe just wasn't up to par, but they're like, hey, very different Kratos here. He's definitely aged quite a bit. He's more mature. He's a father now. So he's trying to like work on his demons.
Mm-hmm.
He's not calm at all, but like he's more calm. So like, give us that Kratos and go. Like, I wonder what he could have done. Like what it would have sounded like,
Yeah, I mean, true. I'm sure it would have been phenomenal either way.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to, in retrospect, to see what that is like.
Yeah. And, I mean, again, there's probably so much to it. Like, I wonder if, like, did he even want to? Again, maybe they went to him first. Maybe he was just like, that was so long ago. I don't want to be known just for this.
Possibly. But now he's probably like, fuck, man, that game did so well.
Yeah, right. Man, that game's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I could have done better than that. But yeah, so it's either like they go back or they really convince him, or he goes to Terrence and's like, hey, like, I respect the hell out of you. Like, do you want this? If not, like, is it okay if I attempt to do this?
And I feel like that would
I have
probably...
your blessing?
Yeah.
Because, like, I would hate for them to be like, hey, we got this idea. Christopher Judge don't want to do it. All right, well, we're not going to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would suck.
100%.
Because it would be so incredible to have that. So I wonder if they're going to still find some way to do it.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm just imagining, like, fucking squeezing Poseidon's head and just snapping his neck and throwing him off a cliff.
Either that or, like, this just has something to do with the next pantheon of games, and maybe there's just, like, callbacks.
Yeah, possibly.
Well,
I mean, there were flashbacks in 2018 God of War.
But I guess
But they probably used previous footage. And
did they use him, like, talking, though? Was it, like, Terrence? Like, was Kratos talking, or was
I don't
it just,
even
like,
remember.
Visuals, you know? So I wonder if it's going to be more so of that.
Yeah.
Like a callback to that, where, I don't know, maybe you play through a part of it, or it's actually I don't know, it goes back and it's actually like a scene of Kratos talking or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But either way, again, makes you think, makes you wonder.
Very true.
Yeah.
Speaking of God of War, the original trilogy, obviously the Greek pantheon. I did start watching that Percy Jackson show.
Oh, okay.
That shit's good, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah. There's only 2 episodes out right now, so you can easily pick it up, just watch those 2. But
Is that Hulu?
yes, I believe
Okay, I
so.
was going to say, I got on Hulu the other day. I thought I seen that pop up.
Yeah. Apparently, it's like one of the most streamed shows. Yeah. But
And how many is it all out or?
No. I think actually the 3rd episode might be out now. I'll have to check. But I watched the first. Well, technically, I only watched 1. Because Ashley had started it without me. But
good shit.
But yeah, so far it's pretty good. And I've never seen any of the Percy Jackson movies. Shame on me.
I don't know if I've seen all of them, but I know when I was still living with my parents, my brother, growing up, he was really into those. So I remember watching at least the first 2 a bunch.
Yeah.
Which I remember liking them, but I think for the people who like grew up reading the books, I don't think they liked what the movies did.
Really?
That's what I thought I remember hearing.
Or
at least maybe it was just Kansas didn't like them.
I think Ashley loved both.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking of something different. Maybe I'm thinking of Twilight. No, I'm kidding. I know most people hated those movies.
No, it was a series of unfortunate events.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding. But that's also one of those. They kind of just did like a movie or
I thought
TV
people
show.
really liked that show, though.
I think so,
Maybe,
yeah. Oh, it's Harry Potter. That's it.
Definitely not. Definitely not that one. No, but yeah, I didn't even think to like check that show out. So maybe I have to kind of put that on the list
Definitely
somewhere.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, other than that, all I have is just, again, with this episode being released January 1st, we do have some games coming out in January.
Let's hear them. I'm excited for this.
So there's probably like one in here that I don't even know if I can say it, like I'm excited, but I've kind of wanted to replay the games in the series. So we got Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown.
Okay.
I remember from seeing some gameplay of this, like it's a very different, I think it's like a 2D platformer side-scrolling Prince of Persia game. I say 2D, but it's like 3D, but it's like 2D. It's not like Mario 2D,
right.
2D, but it's like side-scrolling platforming. Not the Prince of Persia we're used to. So yeah, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, that comes out January 18th. On the PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. It literally just said PlayStation and Xbox. It didn't specifically say PS5, PS4. So maybe it's just both. Yes, January 18th. January 19th, the next day, we have The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered coming out. That's the one that I was kind of referencing, that I kind of want to go through the series. Again, wouldn't say like I'm so excited and stoked for this, but like I will definitely... when I go through the games all over, like this will be the version of Part 2 that I play.
I will say, I do have a slight itch to play The Last of Us.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad.
But I probably won't.
No, you definitely will. You definitely will. I will say, I would probably play it on the PS5. I don't think the reviews for the PC are good at all.
Well, I mean, when you're playing with a shitty PC, what do you expect?
I don't know if that's it, though. It could be. I don't really know. But
I'll,
I just remember going on there, and I thought it said mixed.
I'll do some research.
Yeah, definitely do some research, because it may just be terribly optimized, just
There's a
performance.
Really good deal on Epic
Oh, is
Games
there?
right now. They're doing like their winter sale until the January 10th. And then you get a 35% off coupon for any game.
Ooh.
And so you can get The Last of Us. What is it? The
Part 1
remaster remake? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For like $15.
Oh, damn. That is hard to beat at that
Yeah.
point. But again, like maybe there's a reason. Maybe it is just...
No, because you can get Alan Wake 2 for that much.
Oh,
That game
damn.
just came out. Yeah.
Yeah, but that game has crazy high praise.
Yeah. You can get the deluxe for like $26. Then you get the whole...
Alan Wake. Oh, because that comes with the first one, right?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Okay.
The remake.
I really
The
need to do that.
remaster. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yes, the remaster. Shit.
So you get both games for like $26, which is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
That's definitely one. Yeah, but if you are feeling that itch, then this is something that I'm going to go in on as well. That would make a great episode.
Yeah, that's true.
So definitely let me know if you decide to pull the trigger on that. And let me know what you find with again, maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but I just could have swore it was the remake.
I feel like with that,
Part 1.
they would have optimized it. I mean, Naughty
Right?
Dog's not known to be like shitty.
Oh, no, they're like one of the best.
Yeah.
I would say they're just
Actually, Sleeping Dogs, was that Naughty Dog?
no.
No.
That was
Who
Square
was
Enix.
that? Oh, was
Square
it?
Enix. Sleeping Dogs,
Oh.
yeah.
Huh.
Because that was going to be a new the newest at the time Streets of game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. That was gonna I imagine something like Streets of Hong Kong or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they just kinda I guess Square Enix got a hold of it and yeah, Sleeping Dogs.
Interesting.
Did you ever play that game?
I don't think I ever played it.
I never beat it, but I've like played it like seriously got into it like twice. Never beat it. No surprise, right? But like I got pretty far, and that game is sick, dude.
I've heard it was really
that game
good.
is really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like I wouldn't say a must play, but it's like one of those iconic games that, you know, a lot of people have played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, obviously, if you're into like Grand Theft Auto style games, definitely check out Sleeping Dogs. So yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. That's January 19th, coming out the same day. We have Another Code Recollection coming out on the Switch. Again, January 19th, and that is there's a game on the DS. I want to say it was called Trace Memory, and it was just kind of like a puzzle narrative driven game. Came out on the DS, and there was a sequel that never came to America, but both of those are remastered and coming to the Switch, and it's called Another Code Recollection. So that's what that is. We have Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney Trilogy, coming to the Switch, PC, Xbox One, and PS4. So I guess the newest gen of consoles aren't getting this.
What the hell?
That's just what it said, dude. That's what it said.
What the fuck?
But yes, that's coming January 25th. Here's a big one. Tekken 8. That's coming out on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series S and X. No Switch release? What the heck?
They were like, after Mortal Kombat, we are not.
I mean, gosh, they should have known that was going to be terrible.
God.
But yes, Tekken 8, that's coming out January 26th. But I know a lot of fighting fans have been waiting for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. So this is in the Yakuza universe.
There's too many of those
Yakuza.
fucking games.
There's so many, dude. There's so many. Yeah, that's coming out on the PC, Xbox, and PlayStation January 26th as well. And as far as right now, those are like the big January releases.
Did not know. Well, I knew Tekken was coming out beginning of the year because obviously Street Fighter came out, Mortal Kombat came out, whatever that Bikini Bottom shit came out.
Bikini Bottom.
I don't know that fighter game with like SpongeBob and shit.
Oh,
I don't even know what the fuck it was called.
yeah, it's like the Nickelodeon fighting.
Yeah,
game
something
or
like that. Like a lot of fighting games came out this year, and then right on the edge was Tekken.
Yeah.
But I know it comes out February and March.
So February, obviously the big one for February is Final Fantasy VII, and March the big one is Dragon's Dogma.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And
Did you
April will be consumed by both of those games. So.
Oh, you're saying nothing's coming out April, or you don't even care because you'll be playing both of those
Pretty
games?
much, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's gonna be a
Fair
time
enough.
dump in both of those.
Yeah, fair enough. So with that being said, obviously those are definitely your most
Anticipated for sure.
anticipated games for at least that first quarter.
And then next August will be Wukong, and then I'm not sure if I know any dates for the next upcoming games. Maybe next November, Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, that is when they would release it, more than likely.
Yeah.
And that would be very strategic if we do get information on it in February to build up the hype and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that would, if they give out information in February, that would give like 9 months of hype.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would make sense. So fingers crossed again for that. But yeah, the first quarter of 2024 is looking pretty good
So
for
far.
gaming. Yeah, no complaints. No complaints. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out in 2024 in general. But yeah, that first quarter looking pretty solid. But that's all I got. Oh yeah, let's wrap her up.
Hell yeah, dude. All right. Well, this has been the Hardcore Podcast, episode 62.
Episode
62.
62. Happy New Year. We'll
Adios.
see you next year.
Good one. Good one, Dad.
Thank you.